welcome back. I'm about to catch a train into Melbourne Southern Cross Station to ride the Overland to Adelaide Parklands Terminal. Let's go. The train I'm on to Southern Cross Station is an Alstom refurbished Comenge. On Journey Beyond's website, it says the luggage hall at Southern Cross Station will open an hour before departure. I got to the luggage hall about an hour and 10 minutes before my departure, and it was already open. The Overland departs from standard gauge platform 2A or 2B at Southern Cross Station. My train today is being hauled by a Pacific National NR class, numbered NR14. NR14 entered service on the 28th of February 1997. NR classes are used for freight trains all around Australia. For Journey Beyond's Indian Pacific, GAN and Great Southern, there are certain NR classes with a special livery dedicated for those trains. The NR classes in Journey Beyond's liveries also operate freight trains occasionally, as they are owned by Pacific National. NR14 wears Pacific National's Real Trains Not Road Trains promotional livery, which is not worn by many NR classes. They are also the most commonly used freight locomotive in Australia. Now before I board, let's have a look at some of the history behind this train. It first operated in 1887, called the Adelaide Express. South Australians knew it as the Melbourne Express. It was then given its name, the Overland, in 1936. The Overland currently operates twice a week and during the day. Up until March 1995, the Overland used to take a route via Ballarat, which is a much more direct route than what it takes now. The Overland no longer passes through Ballarat due to the gauge conversion of the line between Melbourne and Adelaide from broad gauge to standard gauge. The route the Overland currently takes is via Geelong and Maroona. This route is significantly longer than the route via Ballarat. As seen on this map, you can see how much out the way the route via Geelong is, but it's the only way to Adelaide due to the gauge conversion. The black is the route it currently takes, and in the orange is where it used to go, via Ballarat. The type of carriages that Overland uses are built between 1949 and 1972. I'm not sure of the exact built year for the carriages still used by Journey Beyond to this day. I am unsure of the amount of carriages used on each train in the VR, SAR and V-Line days. Currently, under Journey Beyond, there are about 7 carriages per train, but the max I've seen is 10 over the past year. The remaining carriages are either with heritage groups, privately owned or scrapped. Here is one of the red standard carriages. According to my V-Line ticket, which I'm booked on up until nil, I should be sitting in this carriage, but someone was already in my seat that had booked under Journey Beyond. The red standard seats are in a 2-2 configuration and face the direction of travel. The seats can be turned if you wish to sit facing people you know. I am now sitting at the back of the last carriage on the train. I was originally booked in the carriage in front of this one.
Any hot food will be for sale from 9 AM onwards. And in the cafe car, we do only accept card payments at this time. If you do have any food allergies or dietary requirements, please just let our staff know and we'll happily accommodate for that. And please be aware that this train is a strictly non-smoking train, so the smoking is not prohibited in any parts of the train. That does include the toilets where smoke detectors have been fitted. And the Overland is a licensed venue and bringing...
For your privacy. Being on board a moving train can take some time to get used to. Please be aware trains can be stopped upon entering communal areas such as toilets. At this stage all you need to do is sit back and relax, enjoy the views. I will make announcements prior to our stops along the way and let you know what doors we will be opening for people to alight at various stops. Our first stop will be at North Shore.
Every standard gauge train that comes from Melbourne's Southern Cross Station must pass through the South Dynon rail yards. This rail yard is one of the major ones in Melbourne. Most, if not all, Pacific National freight trains that arrive in Melbourne use this rail yard. At the time of recording, you can see nearly the whole fleet of AN classes, which are currently in storage here. After passing over the Maribyrnong River and travelling in the Bunbury Street Tunnel, we soon start to pass Tottenham Yard. In recent times, this yard is used the most by SSR. This is the abandoned Werribee Racecourse Station. The train makes a pickup stop at North Shore, which serves as a station for Geelong. Now, let's go over some of the red standard class seat features. There is heaps of legroom, The seats are comfortable. A decent amount of recline. A small seat pocket is on the back of each seat. There is a retractable tray table, which is folded in half and stored in the armrest. There are blinds that slide down from the top of the window if you want to block the sun. There's overhead luggage racks. And finally, there's an individual reading light above every seat. This isn't really needed as the train runs during the day. I suspect it's just here from when it used to be an overnight train. The toilet facilities were clean and were very big. This is the former Moorabool station. The back of the train has a cover on it, so you can't see out. The cover is on the outside, and there was a little gap up the top, so I put my phone against the glass window on the door and tried to make it focus through the gap. This is how much room there is when the seats face each other. Here, we are passing a grain train led by 3 AN classes. Midway through the journey, I decided to go and have a look at the Red Premium carriages. Compared to Red Standard's 2-2 configuration, Red Premium is a 2-1 configuration. These seats are very comfy. They have more legroom, not sure if they have more recline, and also meals are included in your ticket, as well as drinks. For this trip today, I was originally booked in Red Premium class, but due to a problem with the roof on one of the Red Premium carriages, they can only put one of them on the train. Due to this, Journey Beyond gave everyone 2 seats in a Red Standard carriage and also still had their meals included in their ticket. But since I was just going for the experience, I decided to downgrade to a standard fare. I'm currently walking through the cafe car, and it's called the Cafe 828. By the time I went to go get a meal, the herd ran out, so I just got a beef pie. Pie tasted very good. We are approaching Murray Bridge Station. Here you can see the historic bridge that currently carries the road traffic. People that heard me at the start may be wondering why I booked a nil on V-Line instead of just booking with Journey Beyond all the way. This is because of V-Line's cheap regional fares. As for a reference, the cheapest red standard ticket you can get from Melbourne to Adelaide is $125. From nil to Adelaide it's $85, but then you add on your V-Line fare to nil, which is $10, and it's only a saving of $30. I was travelling with 2 other people, and all up we saved nearly $85 by doing this. We are now passing Bel Air. This is the terminus of the Bel Air suburban rail line in Adelaide. We now operate next to the Adelaide Broadgauge tracks.
To thank you for joining us on the trip today. On behalf of myself, Neil, Glenn, Mel, Chloe, Tony and Caleb, we hope you had a wonderful time, and hopefully we'll see you on one of our other trains in the near future. The GAN Indian Pacific.
And now we are arriving into Adelaide Parklands Terminal. I really enjoyed my trip on the Overland and would love to go on it again. I think the only reason it's not so popular is because it only runs twice a week and because of the price. On standard you can get a ticket for $125 per adult, and for premium $230. Comparing these to a flight, you can sometimes get a flight for cheaper than that, from Melbourne to Adelaide. But most people that would use the Overland would go on it because of the experience instead of going on a plane. And you get to see the countryside up close, which you don't get to see on a plane. I hope to travel on the Overland again, but in Red Premium. The pricing's not the worst, but it could be dropped a little bit, and the frequency could be increased, and I reckon the Overland would be way more popular. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, all persons on the north end of platform 1, please stand well clear behind the white line.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you watching more of my videos in the future. Bye for now.